Hello and welcome to Davetopia. Today we'll be building a slime farm and talking about how to get one set up in your world. This was a requested tutorial, and if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Slime balls are useful for quite a few things in Minecraft, but finding places where slime spawn isn't always easy. Depending on the phase of the moon, they can spawn in the overworld in swamps, but if you build a farm, you want to build underground at level 39 or below. Now that by itself isn't good enough, as slimes only spawn in certain chunks, and any given chunk in your world has about a 10% chance of being a chunk that spawns slimes. What is a chunk? It's a 16 block by 16 block area of the world. How do you find chunks where slimes spawn? Well, you can rely on dumb luck and hoping to see a slime spawning in your world, but if you want to do it the easy way, there's a very helpful website, chunkbase.com. And I'll have the specific link for slime finders down below. They have an app which will help you find which chunks will spawn slimes, but to do that you will first need your world seed number. To get your seed number, just begin loading your world and stop at this screen and write it down. Make sure to note whether there is a dash or a negative sign at the beginning of it, because that makes a difference. Now once you have your seed number written down and double check it, go to the Slime Finder app at chunkbase.com and enter in your seed number. Down below the map itself, you'll see some options for which version of Minecraft you are using. This will set how large of a map the app will draw. Now click Find Slimes and the app will show which chunks in your world are capable of spawning slimes. If you already have a place that you'd like to build your farm, you could put in the coordinates in the boxes on the lower left, and the map will move to that location and find where the closest chunks are that will spawn slimes. If you want to get the exact coordinates that are covered by each chunk, you can hover your mouse over a chunk on the map, and in the lower right hand side it will give you the precise coordinates that are covered by that chunk. Once you know where you want to build your slime farm, you'll need to have enough pickaxes to dig out the area, some light sources. I would recommend redstone lamps or jack-o'-lanterns because slimes don't like spawning on the tops of torches or glowstone from what I've seen and read. Now the rooms of slime farms should be 3 blocks high. Slimes in general have an equal chance of spawning as their small, medium, or large versions, but the large slimes yield the most slime balls, and they are taller than 2 blocks, so that means you'll probably want to dig a room that's 3 blocks high. Now some people will claim that larger slime can spawn with only 2 blocks, and that they'll immediately split into the medium-sized slimes, but given that slimes are so easy to kill, I'd rather not take chances on missing out on some spawns. Also, given that slimes spawn at any level below 39, you could stack the rooms of your farm on top of each other, so they have multiple levels where slime can spawn. This makes it easier for multiple slimes to spawn at the same time, which means easier hunting for you. This also means that you can have a light source in the ceiling of one level that also lights up the room above it, which saves on your resources. If you decide to use jack-o'-lanterns as lighting, remember that they must be placed on top of another block, but once they're placed, you can break out the block below them. It's easy enough to do, but it is more tedious than using glowstone. As you can see, I decided to replace my glowstone with jack-o'-lanterns, and it's been working out pretty well for me. Once you have your farm finished, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, slime won't spawn right next to you. You have to be at least 24 blocks away for them to spawn, but no further than 128 blocks, so it's good to have a waiting area marked off. Second, slimes have one of the lowest spawn rates of any mobs in the game, similar to that of Endermen. This means you might want to have a book to read, or some furnaces nearby, or something to keep yourself occupied while you're waiting for them to spawn. Third, slimes will spawn in any light, so make sure the area is lit enough to ensure other baddies aren't spawning in. Not only will this make you safer, it will ensure that the area population limit isn't being taken up by something you're not interested in. Only the smallest of slimes will drop slime balls, but each big slime can contain many small slime once they divide, so the biggest slime are your best bet. Slimes don't hurt much, and the smallest slimes can't hurt the player at all. This means that you don't really need armor when you're fighting them, assuming your room is safe from other enemy types spawning, but it also means that you don't really need a weapon. As satisfying as it is to beat down a slime with a chicken, however, you'll get more slime balls to drop if you use a sword that's enchanted with looting. And for most farms, efficiency is king. Again, thanks for taking the time to check in. I hope this answers your questions about slime farms. If you'd like more specifics, don't hesitate to let me know, and I'll be happy to get back to you as quickly as I can. Have a good one.